Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do this fall look for you guys. I asked you guys on my Instagram what look you guys wanted to see next, and a lot of you guys said fall makeup. So this is more of a glam version, which glam is my favorite. So that's what I thought I was going to do today. And so I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. As of now, this is my favorite primer. I feel like it does help with fill in any pores I have and just make my makeup last all day. So I am also in my dorm now, as you guys can tell with the change of scenery, but I'm still kind of playing with lighting a bit, so I'm going to see how it's working out for now, but who knows if we need to change it up a bit. So next for foundation, I'm going to be using the GIORGIO ARMANI Luminous Silk Foundation, as well as the Cover FX Cover Drops. This is one of my favorite combinations if I want my skin to look on fleek. So yeah, I'm going to be using that, and I'm not putting any of the Too Faced foundation in as I usually do because I'm starting to get a little pale, but it is a tiny bit darker than my natural face color just because my body's still a little bit darker. And I'm just going to be taking a beauty blender to blend that out. If you guys hear anything in the background, Liz is here while I'm doing this voiceover. She's making it real difficult for me to do this.
Yo, what up?
Oh my god. Kill me now. So I'm also going to be doing a meetup in coquitlam with NYX Cosmetics, and it's going to be myself and Gina, you might know her as Jin's Makeup, and also Lee Dixon. So we're going to be doing a meetup in the London Drugs at coquitlam, and it's going to be Saturday, September the 17th, and I'll put the address and all the info also on the screen just so people can see more. But if you guys want to come meet me and meet Gina and meet Lee, come, because I want to meet you guys, so that'll be fun. But yeah, come if you can. It'll be a blast. And also, I forgot to mention, but the meetup is between 1 to 3 p.m., so that's some important info. You guys.
Say it like that. Just tell them when the time is.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be using is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm in the shade Custard. It's a good one. It's a good concealer, but I also like the Too Faced one. I feel like maybe it's a little too light for me right now. But this is also really good, and I would recommend trying it if you guys haven't tried it out. So I'm not exactly sure why I didn't show you guys the product, but this is the MERCIER translucent powder, and I'm putting that under my eyes, on my eyes, anywhere I kind of put the concealer or I typically get oily, and also on any blemishes. So now I'm using the Maybelline Better Skin powder just everywhere else on my face. I'm putting a super light amount on, but still so it covers just any wetness that I would have on my face, so powders that we use next won't stick to it and kind of make it blotchy. Next thing I'm going to be using is the Benefit HOOLA bronzer, and I'm going to just be using that to contour as well as bronze my face, and I'm just going to be putting that basically everywhere on my face because I like a good old bronzed face. And with the same HOOLA bronzer, I'm just going to be taking an eyeshadow brush, and this is just a Sigma blending brush. I'm going to be using it to contour my nose. I go in and out with a bunch of brushes that I use, so I don't have a favorite one particularly, but this is just one I kind of grab, so you guys don't need anything special. And then I'm just going to be taking that MERCIER powder again, and I'm just going to be putting it down the bridge of my nose kind of to highlight, and then I kind of blend it out a bit. And then I'm going to be taking that MERCIER translucent setting powder again, and I'm just going to be putting that right under my contour to clean it up. Obviously, I'm not going to be leaving it like this. I mean, you could. That would be quite a look. but I'm just going to be blending that out right after. And then I'm also going to be taking this blush. It's from Lancome. I like a lot of blush. You know, haters gonna hate, but Liz, oh my god. Okay, this is where Liz came in. So Liz is just here chilling. She wanted to be part of the fun.
Hey guys.
Ew, get off me. Okay, so yeah. And then after that, I'm going to be using the BECCA Champagne Pop Highlighter. You guys know I love this highlighter. But this brush is bomb too. I'll put in the description below, but it's a Sigma brush, and it doesn't make the highlight look too, like, too intense. I know a lot of you guys like intense highlights, but this kind of diffuses it more, so it looks almost a little more natural, even though, like, let's be real, guys, none of this is natural. Oh, fake a fake. But it's still real bomb, and it applies it real well, so that's that. Next, I'm going to be using the SANIAS Brow Pencil, Brow Bar, Mechanical Brow Pencil. I'm in light. This is my favorite brow product to use, and I'm just going to be filling in my brows a little more dramatic than my everyday brow, just because my makeup's going to be more dramatic. And then as I fill in my brows, I like to blend it out to kind of diffuse the product. So for concealer to kind of carve out my eyebrows, I'm going to be using the Alexa Persico concealer pots. I don't know if that's their name. I call them concealer pots. If you go on her website, it's going to be the concealer in the little pots. So, and I just like using that because it's easily accessible, and I'm just going to be using this flat shader brush from Sigma to carve out the bottoms of my brows. Now I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Eyebrow Gel just to brush up my brows and keep them in place. So now I'm going to be taking this Makeup Geek eyeshadow as a transition shade, and this is my favorite Morphe blending brush that I own. I always use it with every single makeup look, and I'm just going to be buffing that into my crease. Is this not the most satisfying thing to do? I love when you get like new makeup products and you have mirrors on them, and they have that like sticky stuff on the mirrors and you just peel it off. Anyway, so this is the dark reddish kind of color that's in this palette. And I was laughing and looking at Liz like right at there because this stuff is pigmented and it is not easy to blend out like if you apply too much. So I would just recommend with this palette specifically, don't go hard on it. Like it was a little pain to blend out. So, but it's a cute color. So now using this Maybelline Eye Studio 70 Copper, I'm taking the kind of darkish red shade, and this one's pretty shimmery, and I'm just going to be putting that on my lower lash line and blending it out. From Too Faced, I'm going to be taking their glitter glue, and I'm going to be lightly tapping it on my eye just to prep it for any eyeshadow on the lid. Especially if I'm using shimmery shades, this helps it become more pigmented and also last all day. So this is from Lancome. I've had this eyeshadow for quite a while, and I pair it with a bunch of different things. It's in Kitten Heel, and it's like a rose gold eyeshadow. I want to say it's pretty true to rose gold. It looks more pink in the pan, but when you take it out, it is like a true rose gold. It's really, really pretty, but I'm just going to be applying that to my lid. Now I'm just going to be curling my lashes and adding mascara. The mascara I'm using is the COVERGIRL Lash Blast Waterproof Mascara. I'm doing a pretty thin coat, and I'm not curling my eyelashes too much just because when I wear fake eyelashes, I don't want it to be super, super curled, or the eyelashes basically go to my eyebrows. So yeah, we're just going to be doing a light curl. So next I'm going to be using the Lancome Art Liquid Liner. This is in black, obviously, as you guys can tell. And I'm just going to be winging out my eyeliner. So I'm going to be using two liquid lipsticks. This one is in Disorderly and it's from Smashbox. I don't use any lip liners with this because you don't need it. I'm just going to be using a flat eyeshadow brush to apply it, and I'm going to be basically lining my lips with this. Not necessarily lining, I guess, but on the outer portion of my lips, and then I'm going to be using a lighter color to fill it in just to give it a slight ombre. So then next I'm going to be using the Smashbox liquid lipstick in BAWSE. Made by Superwoman Swag me out. But I'm just going to be putting that in the center of my lips, and it gives a really slight ombre effect. But yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. This is what Liz does to me, and I can't deal with my life. Somebody please take her away from me forever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you could come to the meetup, and yeah, see you guys later.